Money at Work Continuing Education Series. Today's episode and today's installment centers around profiting from Fed missteps. The Federal Reserve has a long history of missteps, wrong moves, and flat out bad decisions. So understanding that's going to be a part of the process that you don't really control going forward, and understanding it's going to be happening from time to time, what you need to understand is what you can control. And that's your reaction to the overall environment. Federal Reserve is always late and they're overreacting. So this particular time period we're just coming out of, at the same time when we were all forced to stay home, they flooded the economy with money and caused, supply chain disruptions. There was a time and a period where it would have been right to raise interest rates to help combat some of that money flow into the economy, but they didn't. They sat on their hands, and to the point that inflation hit the economy. Now they're coming in with a sledgehammer. So the fact that the Federal Reserve is late and overreacting, what that essentially is going to do is going to cause market dislocations for periods of time. Remember, the markets are always in a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. But in certain time periods where we have these market dislocations, one tug to the other side can be extreme versus bulls or bears, depending on what the environment is and what the Federal Reserve is actually doing. So these market dislocations in our particular time period, rising interest rates, think about what we came out of, which is ultra low interest rates, easy money for a period of time. And now we have shocks to the system with rapid rising interest rates. Well, you can see the chain reaction this has in the money supply, in the overall economy, in different places. And all of this really means for us on an individual basis that we have different reactions in terms of what's happening in different parts of, our financial plan. For example, in the expense side, whether it's rising inflation with like food and transportation and housing, or now with rising interest rates, the money that we pay to service debt is rising. So we are getting squeezed on that side. And at the same time, we're having sell-offs in asset classes and price corrections like stocks and real estate. Now, will this continue to gather steam and become something bigger? That's still yet to be told. But what we have to understand is dislocations, when they happen, they can present great entry points for long-term positions in things like quality stocks or quality pieces of real estate. So what we have to do is we have to prepare. Our personal finance takes time, energy, resources. If we want to get better and create better outcomes, we have to prepare to win. So what we have to do is have cash. So right now, if we need to earn money with additional side hustles or just starting a side hustle, whatever we need to do to generate cash during this particular period of time, we need to have cash ready to deploy. We need to create that shopping list, whether it's stocks, real estate, whatever it is that we're doing. And then when those those market crashes happen, we need to be ready to take massive action. Remember, you have to prepare to come into an environment like this, ready to take action, not trying to prepare as the market dislocation is happening. And then when you put your plan of action in place, you have to make data-driven decisions. You can't get emotional. Remember, in these times, the markets can get really extreme and really scary at sometimes. You don't want to make emotional decisions, impulsive decisions. It is not, a way to long-term prosperity. Finally, never, ever, ever forget, we make money in bull markets, but fortunes are made in bear markets. People just don't realize it at that time. Today's information was for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy stocks or real estate at any particular time. This is a recommendation to continue to improve your personal finance, your financial literacy, learn more about how to get ahead no matter what environment we find ourselves in. Millionaire Mindset.life. Stretch your thinking, create your vision, and achieve.